What's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Today I have a cool quick video of how we are going to make our own charcoal. Now charcoal is used for many different things, including fertilizer is one thing that I've recently learned that it is really good for, and cooking your food. And I'd like to dedicate this video to a buddy of mine. Goes by the name of Nathan. He's the one that introduced me to the use of charcoal for fertilizer and inspired me to make this video. So I tried to come up with a way to make a simple charcoal maker out of stuff that I had laying around the yard that doesn't require any welding. So something that you could throw together, that anybody could throw together and simply make their own charcoal at home, and don't have to hire somebody like me to weld it up for them. Probably bad for business, but I have a feeling that people can find this useful. So I hope you like it. Thanks for checking into my channel, and I hope you get the chance to try this and use this in your fertilizer, because everything that I've read and learned is charcoal works really good as fertilizer because it is so porous. It stores nutrients. The story is actually linked back to some research they've done in the Amazon where the soil was so bad. There's a TED Talk on it, and that's what my friend of mine Nathan put me on, and it was a very interesting video. So to the point, what I've got here is this is an old charcoal grill that I found. I believe this part is the center of it, and this is just the bottom part, and this is the top part here, and that goes in the middle, and it makes a little, antique charcoal grill. Not antique, but a little smoker slash charcoal grill. Very simple. So what I did is I'm going to use this as my container to hold what will be charcoal. And the whole idea, the whole process of making charcoal is basically you want to take wood and chop it up like this to where it looks like what charcoal looks like, the size of whatever charcoal size you want, and chop up some good seasoned wood of whatever kind you want, and then you're going to want to heat it in basically an oven. So it's the act of burning the wood without in the absence of air. So you're going to essentially cook the wood with the absence of air so it doesn't ignite into a flame like this wood here. That's what we don't want. So we want to get that wood as hot as this wood without catching on fire. So that's the idea. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take this little compartment here and put that in it, and we're going to put that lid on it, and then we're going to take that whole deal and we're going to put it on top of here. And what that's going to do is it's going to heat that wood inside there, but because I have all the vents closed, they will be in the absence of fresh oxygen, so therefore the wood will never ignite, and it will just basically sit in there and get really, really hot. And that's what we want. And then eventually we're going to have to vent from the top. We will open this vent and we will allow whatever moisture and actual wood gas that will come out when heating the wood. We're going to let that vent out, and that way it leaves behind perfectly good charcoal. Now, another cool thing about this is if you had a system and you could tie in some kind of piping or tubing to this exit where we're going to allow it to vent, the gas that's going to be coming out of here in a little bit is actually very potent wood gas. You can actually run a gas engine off of it. I have a plan to make a video on that later, and hopefully my buddy Nathan and I are going to be building a wood gasifier here real soon. I'm going to be doing a video on that too. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. The gas that comes out of here is highly flammable, so be careful when doing this, and you can use that fuel that comes out of there to literally put it right to a carburetor and run a gas engine. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You've got to have a flow mixture of air and gas, but it's just a good point, and I will try and ignite it. Once we get it good and going, I will try and ignite the smoke to show you. So let me get the wood inside here and get it on top of our fire here before our fire goes out, and let's start making some charcoal. Stay tuned and we'll see how this whole process goes, and maybe we'll ignite some wood gas. All right. Well, let's get this. It's actually really hot out here, so having the fire and everything in the heat. Whew. So how you guys doing today? Everybody doing all right? I hope so. Not too shabby. Life is what you make it, right? It's a beautiful Sunday here. Actually, it's not beautiful at all. It's about to be a tropical storm coming through here, but it's all good. Alrighty. Make sure I get a few small pieces too. I don't know if my fire is going to be big enough to finish all of this, so I might take some of this out. Alrighty. I think that's enough to give you guys a good idea of what we got going on here. So let's see. This is a big one. Put some smaller ones in there. Alright, and I'm just going to be cooking me some chicken on the grill tonight with this, but I will also be using some more that I make for fertilizer. Pretty excited about that, actually. Okay, here's our lid. We're going to put our lid on right here. Okay, it doesn't fit perfect because it doesn't have the center anymore, because that part's supposed to go in the middle, but it's all good. So let me put the camera down and put this on the fire so I can do that without burning myself, but give me just a second. Alright YouTube, here we go. Here it is. I literally started making this 10 minutes ago and I had all this stuff laying in the yard. That's how simple this is. So that's the whole idea. So that way nobody has to have all the welding and everything else to make one of these. You could probably still buy one of these Weber charcoal grills and use this exactly for this purpose, and I'm sure it would last a long time. The only thing that I did not get from the regular charcoal grill is the bowl that I have underneath here. I've got a big bowl that I put underneath there because what that does is it allows air. There's a gap between this part and the bowl, and it has a gap all the way around, so it allows air to go up in between there to feed that fire. And as you can see, that fire is burning tremendously. It's like kind of like a little jet engine sucking fresh air in and really pouring out some heat. So this ought to make some charcoal pretty fast. And as you can see, it doesn't seal perfectly. So we've already got some smoke coming out of there. So we are definitely already cooking our charcoal, which is awesome. Hopefully I can get that to seal up a little better so that way I can get the smoke to come directly out of there and nowhere else in a minute, and we will try and ignite the wood gas, because that's what, after all the moisture burns off and you've got, it'll be like a thick, it'll have a strong color to it, the smoke will, instead of just being like the smoke coming from the bottom fire. It'll have a thick, like yellowish, brownish color to it. I don't know, I'm colorblind, so sorry I'm bad at explaining that, but it will have a distinctly different color smoke coming out of there, and you'll see if you've ever done any wood or any research on wood gasification, you will know already what I'm talking about. And this is basically a super simple backyard wood gasifier in a sense. All you would need now is something to take the wood gas directly from the chamber and put it to wherever you're going to put it to use, whether you're going to store it or put it to an engine. If you were going to put it to an engine, there would have to be some more parts to this. You've got to have something to cool it down and so on and so forth. So I think we are making charcoal. So in a sense, you guys got the idea. I'll show you in just a minute what comes out of here, and it will be the most perfect charcoal that you could. It'd be just like buying hard wood lump charcoal from the store. The perk is, you know, you can make it right at home and it's a lot cheaper, and you can use whatever kind of wood you want. I believe I'm using an oak. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'm not a wood specialist, but it was just some seasoned wood that I already had. One thing I did notice is I used a wax fire starter for this, and what it did is all the wax melted down, and because I used a bowl down there, I've got a big round surface, and so when the wax hit that, it all rolled down, and before the fire got real hot, all that wax hardened back up around the edge here, And I thought that was pretty neat. I could have saved it and reused it again next time if I would have collected it quick enough. So that gave me some ideas for you know, possibly getting the sap from lighter fluid or something like that, using a similar setup like that, just because of the bowl on the bottom. That was pretty cool. Just thought I'd share that. But yeah, we're really cooking now. Let's see if we can open up the vent now and see what we get out of our vent here. Which, that might be a little harder said than done. But I believe it's going to go that way. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Wow, you can totally see the difference in the color of the smoke from the bottom fire to the top. Definitely a different color of the smoke. It's a little bit more brown. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's distinctly different. That's kind of what I was talking to. And once it gets going more and there's less moisture in it, it will actually get a more distinct color to it. So now we're letting all that stuff vent out. All the stuff you don't want in your charcoal is all coming out now. The wood gas and the moisture and all that. So you're going to end up getting left with like a pure carbon charcoal. I believe it's carbon. That's pretty much all that's left when you make charcoal. And very, very, very useful stuff. You could make filters with it. You could make all kinds of stuff. It's basically like what they would call an activated carbon. For sure, it would be activated. So, all right, I'm gonna give you a break just for a minute. Let me get this going and finished, and then I'll show you what the end product looks like. I hope you stick around. Thanks for coming in either way. Check it out. We even got us a temperature gauge on there, and let me tell you, it's hot in there. We're at 350 plus degrees. It is really cooking now. It really helped out having the air vent around the side here, which is obviously what lets the fire burn, but I was also able to feed my fire underneath by just putting some wood through there. I have the hole on the side here from the original hole, but it worked out really well being able to go displace wood evenly all the way around by putting wood through there. I'm actually kind of curious how it would burn if I put this cover back on, but I feel like that's not a good idea. It would probably stuff it out, even though it gets air from underneath. Or it could make it burn like a rocket stove, I don't know. So, maybe I'm kind of curious, but I'll look into that later. Right now it's burning hot, and that's what we want. You can see the distinct color difference in the smoke coming from the heat chamber compared to the fire itself. Now you're really starting to see that brownish color like I was saying. That is really good wood gas, guys. So if you did make a system like this and obviously made it a little bit better, you would want to take the smoke that comes out of here and run it through some kind of system that goes through some pipes and cools the smoke down. And once you cool that smoke down and then put it through another chamber, you would want to filter it through a filter chamber, which you could use sawdust or wood chips or whatever as your filter chamber. And then after you exit the filter chamber, you could put it directly to a carburetor of an engine. And if you don't believe me, do some research. There's a great channel on here on YouTube called Mr. Teslonian. I'll put a link in the description for his channel, and hundreds of other really cool videos on wood gasification. So if you don't know about wood gasification, you really should take a minute, sit down and do some research, because it's really good information to know, especially in case of a emergency one day. They discovered it back in the World Wars when they thought we were going to run out of fuel, and they were actually running trucks and everything off these. It was originally designed to run farm equipment so we could have food in the shortage of fuel. But yeah, man, look at the difference in the color of that smoke. You can see right here, that smoke compared to that smoke, way different, because that is good stuff. Because you're not igniting the wood, all the stuff, the flammable stuff, is coming out into the smoke, and the nitrogen or whatever it is exactly. I can't tell you for sure, but anyways, just wanted to throw that in there. Let's see what we got here in a few minutes. I'll show you what our charcoal looks like. Okay, I got my torch here now. I'm going to try and show you just how flammable this stuff really is, if it'll ignite. As you can see, it goes away. It's probably kind of hard to see, but I don't know if you can see that, but you see how the smoke is going away? That's because it is actually igniting. But because the smoke is still so hot, it does not ignite very well because it needs to be cooled down in order to ignite better. But if you look real close, which you probably can't see that, but if you look real close, you can see that smoke is most certainly igniting. And once it ignites, all the smoke pretty much goes away, and your byproduct is like water. It's the only thing left over. So that's the beauty of it, is the emissions from using this as a fuel is water. Yeah, that's totally igniting. Hopefully some of you can see that. I wish it was kind of dark outside because you'd be able to see it a little better. But every time the smoke kind of goes away, it's because it's actually igniting. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But back to the point of the video, let's make some charcoal. I'll show you what our result is in just a minute. My fire's going out. Let's take a sneak peek of what our charcoal looks like. Wow, look at there, we're getting there. It's really working. Ooh, that's some potent smoke. Yeah, so a little bit longer, about another 20 minutes or so, and that stuff should be ready to go. Super simple. I mean, it could not get no more easier than that. Pretty cool. I'm stoked.
No.
What am I doing?
No.
I say I'm making charcoal.
No.
Fine. I'll do the video without you. Well, you gonna help or not?
I wanted to put the wood in there.
Well, I already put the wood in there.
We can't put no more in the fire?
Yeah, when the fire goes out.
When the fire goes out, should we put some more wood in there?
Sure.
Okay.
And then you gonna help me grill when I get the charcoal done?
Yeah.
We gonna grill some chicken for Mama? You good with that? Okay. Sounds like a plan. Huh?
No.
Okay. And now we wait.
I can't do any.
We don't bark at the neighbor, buddy. Okay?
I can't.
We don't bark at the neighbor. Leave the neighbor alone.
I can't do
Rugo! Rugo!
Oh.
Check it out. Woo, that looks like charcoal. I think we're done, guys. We got ourselves some charcoal.
We do? Yay, charcoal.
Yep. Watch out, this is hot, buddy.
We got some charcoal
well,
now.
The charcoal is already... We got what? Aiden, what'd you say?
We got some charcoal now.
Alrighty, we got us some charcoal, and actually, we left it on too long, and now our grill's already lit. The charcoal itself's done lit, so we're gonna go put it in the grill. Actually, hell, I'll just cook it. I'll just cook it right on this thing. Why not?
Yeah.
Why move it? We'll just cook right here.
Yeah. So we can have a fire to do on. Cause.
There we go. All right, let's go get the meat.
Yay.
All right, we converted it right back into a grill,
And
and now we're grilling. Boomtown.
What?
the chicken. Look at the chicken. Go up, let me see.
Wow.
Some good charcoal in there. Okay, now we are cooking. All right, hold on, buddy. All right, we got it put back together. Got us a good temperature in there. Got everything put back together, and we used the same exact grill that we made the charcoal with to cook our chicken. So that was pretty neat. I wasn't even planning on that. I was planning on using my other charcoal grill, but it was already in here and ready to go. So I figured, hell, why not just use it? And there we go. Our charcoal, you can see down in there. Here, I can show you better right here. I put one fresh piece in there, give it a little smoke flavor. But other than that, you can see we got us a nice little charcoal fire. Got dinner, some good chicken. And here's a prime example from the charcoal that we made. Here's a piece to show you what it looks like. It is lump charcoal. Pure charcoal. It's great. I love it. I love making my own charcoal. I like the idea of being self-sufficient. You should, it could never hurt to learn how to do things like this and be able to do stuff yourself, you know. The way the world is today, I think everybody should be learning a little bit more about how to be self-sufficient. Well, I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something new today. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this, and subscribe to the channel to get some more content. I do all kinds of different random stuff whenever I get a good idea, pretty much. And you can also become a Patreon if you like. I haven't got one yet, but never hurts to throw the link out there. So I'll put the link in the description. And thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I hope you try and make yourself some charcoal and cook your wife some good chicken or cook your husband some good steak and enjoy. You guys have a good one.